Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So we have Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha on the Julan. It is just starting today, the Julan Yatra. It will go on for 5 continuous days. And we are very fortunate that it is so transcendentally planned. That was completely unplanned. Prabhuji's visit here. And this place, Radhesham Prabhu stay also here, completely unplanned. And it's all happening on the Julan Yatra day. So we know who has called Prabhuji here now. Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha called Prabhuji here now. So we are very grateful to Prabhuji that Prabhuji has given his time. Let us welcome His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu and His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. Three Lord and Enthusiastic Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So we all have heard from Prabhuji. I would not want to take any more precious moments. We all have met Prabhuji in the past. We all know, how fortunate we are, and everyone is so eager to hear from Prabhuji. We all hear it mostly on the screen, and now he is here present, surprisingly in this time of the year. And we'll go ahead and hear about Radha Krishna's Leela, and Prabhuji also said briefly speak about Julan Yatra, but Prabhuji is going to have cover many topics. So let us once again enthusiastically welcome the three Lord Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
At the end, you can put the Julan January. You can go on to it. Hey.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Radhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Radhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Radhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Radhari. अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ धाम की जय। गंगमयी की जय। यमुनामयी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया
चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणारघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आचार्यकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled for this event today on this auspicious occasion of Radha Govinda Julan Yatra on this auspicious Ekadashi. And I specifically offer my obeisances to His Grace Radhishan Prabhu, our Gachibowli senior, guide and mentor to thousands of devotees, and it's always very nourishing and enlivening and uplifting our consciousness to meet him, see him. So it's my fortune to meet him after a long time. And I offer obeisances to Leelanand Prabhu and all the other congregation devotees here. So with your blessings, I'll make a humble attempt to speak some Harikatha for my own benefit And I must definitely mention this before I start. The temple hall here is amazing. As soon as I entered here for the first time, seeing the nicely made altar, jhulan, especially that one corner, Bhagavad books are so nicely kept. Every book has an altar, very nicely carved place. Although I was initially thinking it's cowden, but when I saw from close distance, it's not cowden, but it has a feel of being cowden and reminding me of Vrindavan. Thank you very much for creating such a spiritually vibrant ambience. What can be a better setting for Krishna Katha than such a spiritually vibrant ambience with so many Vaishnavas? So, I was asked to speak something about Jhulan Yatra, and I said I am very unqualified to speak about such esoteric pastimes and intimate Vrindavan pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But nevertheless, I'll make my humble attempt to speak a few words, not only on Jhulan Yatra, but also about all the wonderful festivals that are coming up. So today marks the beginning of a series of festivals. So this part of the year is one of the most exciting aspects of the year. So today we began Jhulan Yatra, and after a few days we will be celebrating Balaram Jayanti, the appearance of the elder brother of Krishna. And after that, we have the most auspicious Sri Krishna Janmashtami. And after that, we have Nandotsav and the appearance of His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Swami Prabhuji. And after a couple of weeks, we have another most auspicious festival, Radhashtami. So in the next few days, couple of weeks, we have so many festivals coming up. So let us make a humble attempt to prepare our consciousness to celebrate these wonderful Vaishnava festivals. So that would be my humble attempt today, with the blessings of all the devotees assembled here. So this phase of the year is monsoon, where at many places, may not be at all places, but at many places, there is good amount of rain, especially when I'm coming from Goa and Eco village, it is raining there. So now this rainy season, monsoon season, is so beautifully described by Sukadeva Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, 20th chapter. This monsoon season makes entire Vrindavan filled with greenery. Even otherwise also Vrindavan ambience is so spiritually such and very, very nice to look at. But the monsoon season brings a special flavor to Vrindavan by just covering the surface of the entire earth with a green carpet of grasses. And this green carpet is also nicely decorated with white mushrooms and Indragopa insects that are little reddish and blackish in color. So Sukadeva Goswami describes that entire earth appears like a king moving around with entourage of so many elephants and horses and soldiers and ministers and professional bards, Sudha Magada Mandis glorifying him, so many musical instruments. So the entire earth is so opulent. So her entire summer season, this the water, the moisture on the earth has been evaporated by sun, and now, like a selfless person, sun is profusely giving back all the water that he has evaporated in the form of rain clouds, and the water is coming back, making earth lush green. So, in such a vibrant, beautiful ambience of Vrindavan, Shri Radha and Krishna perform their Jhulan Yatra. Okay. Radha Govinda. And all these arrangements are made by the Sakhis, Lalita Devi, Vishakha Devi, and all the wonderful gopis of Vrindavan make special arrangements to keep the divine couple on the Jhulan and very lovingly move their Jhulan, the swinging on swings. Even otherwise, All the gopis of Vrindavan are accustomed to constantly remember Krishna, meditate on Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami says, actually the ladies of Mathura say this when Krishna comes to Mathura, seeing him. They say, Yado hane vahanane mathano palepa prem kankhana bhavitiko kshanamajanadu gayanti jaina madhuratta dhiyo shrukantyo dhanya vajastriya urukrama chittayana Yado hane while milking cows, vahanane while threshing grains, mathana while churning butter for Krishna, upalepa while smearing their walls with powder mixture of powder and clay and putting some rangolis on those walls. Mathana, Upalepa, praying kankana while swinging on swings. Okay. Or Bharavita while taking care of their crying babies. Ukshana while sprinkling their courtyards with water mixed with powder. Marjanalo while sweeping the floors of Gachibowli. All these gopis are constantly singing the glories of Lord Hari, Lord Krishna. Gayanti Jaina Manoratha Dhiyo Shrukantyo Dhanyavrajastriya Urukrama Chittayana Gayanti Jainam, they are constantly singing Anurakta Dhiya with their voices steeped with love for Krishna. Ashrukantyo, they have tears in their eyes from the love for Krishna. Their voice is like fabric. Right? Dhanyavrajastriya Urukrama Chittayana. These Vrajastris, the gopis of Vrindavan, are the most fortunate devotees of Krishna Dhanya because Urukrama Chittayana, their consciousness is hovering around Lord Hari's thoughts. Right? So this is how the gopis are constantly Krishna conscious. And whatever they do, whether they are simple household activities or specific arrangements for the service of Radha and Krishna, they are constantly Krishna conscious. So the epitome of Krishna consciousness is seen in the example of the gopis of Vrindavan. So these gopis, headed by Lalita Devi and many other gopis, they keep Radha and Krishna on Jhulan and they decorate the Jhulan with very simple flowers and creepers and other kind of natural decorations. And lovingly they put the Jhulan so that Radha and Krishna enjoy. And it is only by the grace of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the wonderful devotees who are following the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we are getting this opportunity to celebrate his Jhulan Yatra. Now all these little children are pulling the Jhulan, they are decorating the Jhulan and then doing chamber and bhajan, right? And this is the service being done by the gopis of Vrindavan. And who gave us access to such wonderful service done by such exalted devotees of Krishna? It is by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is by Srila Prabhupada that we got this opportunity. So Bodhananda Saraswati glorifies Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this. Premanama Bhutartha Shravanapathagatah kasya namahindra Koveta kasya vrinda Vanavipinamaha madhuri shuddhamesha Kovajanati radham Paramarasa chamatkarama Bhurvasima Ekas chaitanya chandraha Paramakarunaya sarvamavishchakara Bodhananda Saraswati glorifies Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way. Prema Namat Bhutartha. Who could have understood that prema is the artha of our life? Prema Kumartho Mahan. The purpose of our life is to attain Krishna Prema. Prema Namat Bhutartha. Who has taught this to all of us that Krishna Prema is the goal of your life? Please understand, oh human being. So who taught this to us? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Premanama Bhutartha Shravanapathagadah kasya namahindra. And how do we attain that Krishna Prema? Through Krishna Nama. Right? It is the holy name of Krishna that eventually, when it is chanted with sincerity, brings about the appearance of Krishna Prema in the heart and the conditions too. Who gave us access to that Krishna Nama and ultimately Krishna Prema? It is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prema Nama Krutartha Shravana Pathagataha. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasized on this principle of Shravana. You have to hear Harikatha. You have to hear from great source. He himself sat in the class of Ramananda Rai and he has heard Harikatha. Right? Through the Shravana Patha, you understand that chanting the holy names of Krishna is the means to attain Krishna Prema. Chant Krishna Nam to attain Krishna Prema. And after attaining Krishna Prema, what will you do? Chant Krishna Nam. We chant Krishna Nam with Krishna Prema. We don't have Krishna Prema, so we chant Krishna Nam to get Krishna Prema. And after getting Krishna Prema, we chant Krishna Nam with Krishna Prema. So Mahaprabhu said this. Shravana Pathagataha Tasya Nam Uveta Tasya Vrinda Vanavidina Mahamadhuri. If Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not there, Uveta Tasya, who would have understood Vrindavana Vipina Mahamadhurishu Pravesha, who would have got entrance into the nectarian meadows of Vrindavan and Braja Prema and Braja Bhava. So we are following the footsteps of the Brajavasis, the residents of Vrindavan, in celebrating this Jhulan Yatra, in doing Chamar and Vision for Radha Govinda, right? So who would have got entrance into the sweet nectarian meadows of Braja Bhava and Braja Prema and Braja Seva? It's only by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace. Uveta Tasya Vrinda Vanavipina Mahamadhurishu Pradesh. Great point. Kova janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya sima. Kova janati radham, who would have understood that Srimati Radharani is the epitome of love for Krishna? Paramarasa chamatkara madhurya sima. Paramarasa chamatkara. Srimati Radharani is an award of the most wonderful, astonishing Madhurya Prema for Krishna. Madhurya Sima, she is the limit of conjugal love for Krishna. Who would have understood the glory of Srimati Radharani without Lord Chaitanya? Right? Ekas Chaitanya Chandraha Parama Karunaya Sarvamavishchakaraha. It's one and only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Parama Karunaya, with his great mercy. Avishchakara, he has done Avishkar. He inaugurated this path of Harinam Sankirtan and attaining Krishna Prema by following the footsteps of Brajavasis. This is only Mahaprabhu's grace. And we are obliged, we are eternally obliged to this particular divine form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who gave us access and entrance into Krishna Nama, Krishna Prema, Braja Bhava, and understanding the glory of Srimati Radharani, the topmost devotee of Krishna. And Krishna has kept Srimati Radharani right in the center of Bhagavad Gita, but confidential, in a covert way. How many shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita? Actually, we are just doing this exercise. 700 shlokas. What is shloka number 350? Center shloka, right? 350 and 350 are center shlokas. Mahatma, not Ramana Bhava. Mahatma nastu mam partha vini prakriti manasita. Bhajanti ananya balaso khatva bhutani bhavyayam. This is slogan number 350. What is 351? Saratam kirta yakto ma vedam jastra taprata. Out of 700, 350 and 350 are in the middle. Right in the middle of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna kept Srimati Radharani and the Guru. And after waiting for 4,500 years, Krishna again came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again kept Radharani and holy name in center. He said, Aide Prakriti Mashita. A Mahatma, a great soul, is a person who takes shelter of Srimati Radharani. And he chants the holy names of Krishna. Satatam Kirtayanturma. Right? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is not different from Krishna, he again came and established these two. And now we have access to Jhulan Yatra, Janmashtami, Radhashtami, right? All by Mahaprabhu's grace. Now, who brought that Mahaprabhu's grace far and wide, even to the outside India countries, countries outside India? So without Prabhupada's mercy, Without Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, what would be the fortune of a human being in Kali Yuga? A conditioned soul in Kali Yuga. Unimaginable, right? So this is little bit about Jhulan Yatra, where Radha Govind are singing on a beautiful scene, nicely decorated by all the Braja Gopis. And there's a nice sweet pastime that happened between because of the intervention of Narada Muni. So, anyways, we will not discuss all those at this moment. So we'll go to the next festival, that is Balaram Jayanti. So after 4 days, we will be celebrating Balaram Jayanti. And who is Balaram? Lord Krishna's replica, Lord Krishna's first expansion. So potentially both are same, but as far as mood is concerned, Krishna is in the mood of being an enjoyer, and Balaramji is in the mood of servant of Krishna. So our acharyas say that Krishna is the supreme hero in all his pastimes in Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwaraka and many other places. And Balaramji's role is that he is a supporting hero. He supports Krishna. He's always there in the background, and whenever it is required, he'll come in the foreground to serve Krishna, either as an elder brother, or as a friend, or as a servant, or in any other way. So Balaramji's service to Krishna is all encompassing. Right? Balaramji renders service to Krishna in all 5 rasas that we will discuss. So in Shantarasa, Balaramji expands himself or manifests the entire ambience of Vrindavan. He expands himself as Krishna's shoes, Krishna's bed, and other paraphernalia that gives enjoyment to Krishna. Thus, he renders service to Krishna in Shanta Bhava. Then he is also in the mode of a servant of Krishna. In Dasya Bhava also he renders so much service to Krishna. When Krishna becomes fatigued while wandering in the forests of Vrindavan, Krishna would just keep his head in the lap of one Gopa. And another Gopa takes a tree branch and starts fanning Krishna. And Balaram starts massaging Krishna's face. Okay, doing an elder brother. There he is in a Dasya mood. And Srila Krishnadasa Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he describes that Balaramji is the source of Dasa Abhimana, the emotion of being a servant of Krishna, the mood of being a servant of Krishna is originating from Balaramji. Whoever is manifesting some Dasya Bhava unto Krishna, whether they are devotees in Vrindavan or in many other places, or even avatars of Krishna, they are also called Dasa avatars. So the Dasa Abhimana, the emotion or the conception of being a servant of Krishna, appears in the heart of any devotee by the grace of Balaram, by the blessings of Balaram. He is the origin of Dasya Bhava. Then Balaramji also renders service to Krishna in Sakhya Bhava. As a friend, Krishna, Balaram, and many other Gopas will just go inside the forest along with house and the cars. And Balaramji is Krishna as a friend, as a co-Gopa. Barha Pidam Natavarapuho Karanayor Karanikaram Vibhradvana Sahakanaka Kapisham Palijayanti Chamahalam Randhan Venodhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopavindre Daranyam Svagadamanam Pradishad Gita Kirti. Barahapidam Krishna wears a beautiful peacock feather on his head. Natavara Krishna appears like a expert drama artist or a good dancer, best dancer. Natavara Karnayo or Karadikar. Krishna also has a Karadika flower close to his Karna here. Sometimes left side, sometimes right side. Is it decoration? Yashoda Mata nicely decorates Krishna and dresses Krishna and sends him. And on top of it, all the Gopas would collect some birds and flowers and forest minerals and decorate Krishna again, redressing of Krishna in the forest. Right? Karanayo or Karadikaram, Vibhradva Sahakanaka Kapisham. And his cloth, his dhoti is resplendent with Kanaka Kapisham with golden hue, yellow color. Vaijayanti Chamala. Krishna is always wearing a beautiful forest covered garland. Randhram Venoradhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopavindre. And while entering the forest along with Balaram, cows and the calves and the gopas, Krishna is filling the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, emanating mesmerizing ragas. Mesmerizing ragas that can captivate the minds and the hearts of even great masters of musical science like Vishnu or Brahma or Shiva. Right? They get bewildered. What is this raga he's playing? We never heard this raga. Right? Randhran Vedodhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopavinte Dharanyam Swapadaramanam Pradishati Takiyati. And Krishna enters Vrindaranya. Swapadaramanam, he walks barefoot in Vrindavan. He doesn't even wear shoes in Vrindavan. And amongst all the devotees of Krishna, it is Bhumi Mata, Bhudevi, who got the maximum association of Krishna. Because wherever Krishna is, whether it is in Vrindavan or Mathura or Dwaraka or Hastinapur or Tirupur or Ayodhya, wherever he is, he's in touch with Bhumi. But when Krishna is in Vrindavan, Mother Earth celebrates Krishna's descent more than when Krishna is at other places. Right? Krishna is very choose in Vrindavan. At other places, is very choose. So Mother Earth is getting the good fortune of getting the direct footprints of Krishna on her surface, and her hills were standing on it. Kava saheta viraham purushottamasya premavaloka ruchirasmitavalpijalpai स्थैर्यं समानमहरन् मधुमानिनीनां रोमोत्सवो मम यदन्धिर्विटङ्किताय. Romotsava, Mother Earth's hills are standing on end out of ecstasy because Krishna is walking barefoot on the surface, right? Even the gopis of Vrindavan in Venu Gita, they glorify the fortune of land of Vrindavan. Yes, earth is fortunate, but the Vrindavan land is even more fortunate than earth. Vrindavanam sakhi bhugo mitanoti kirtim yaddevaki sutapadam bujalabdha lakshmi. This land of Vrindavan is increasing the glory of earth planet. Right? Devaki sutapadam bujalabdha lakshmi. This Vrindavan land has attained the glory of the footprints of Krishna, the touch of divine lotus feet of Krishna, like that Krishna has. Pravishan Kita Kirti. And all the Gopas are singing the glories of Krishna. And what is Balaram doing? Just accompanying Krishna. Okay. Balaramji has the potential to kill all the demons that Krishna has killed. But he did not. Okay. Why? Krishna made a choice. When the master decides to do some activity on his own, why should the standard servant interfere? So Balaramji supports eligibility. And may have the ability to do some service, but the eligibility comes from sanction of the master. When the master doesn't sanction, the servant doesn't venture into a service, although he can effectively do the service, he has the capability to do the service. So the real eligibility to do a service is not the ability to do the service. The real eligibility to do the service is the blessing from the master. Is the sanction of the master, is the go ahead from the master. Yes, do it, do this service. Yes, then, right? So Balaramji is exactly malleable by the will of Krishna. The way Krishna expects him to act, he acts. Right? Although he is playing the role of an elder brother, earlier he played the role of a younger brother, Lakshman. And he had to undergo the austerity of seeing Ram undergoing so many tribulations, apparently as a human being. Right? Because Ram is Sachidananda Vigraha and there is no tribulation as such, but he is undergoing some pain as a human being, and Lakshman had to see and tolerate. So next time, the Lord appeared as the elder brother of Krishna in Balaramji's appearance. Then, so in being in that position, he is still in the mode of a servant of Krishna. Accompaniment. Acharya has explained that Balaramji is an accompanying hero, supporting hero. And Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, he is the supreme hero, he is performing all pastimes. Right? So Balaramji also is Adiguru. One of the most important aspects of Balaramji's personality, apart from his dedicated service to Krishna, is Adiguru. We were discussing about the 5 rasas in which Balaramji serves, right? I'll come to Adiguru a little later. So one is Shanta Rasa, second is Dasya Rasa, third is Sankhya Rasa, Balaramji accompanies. Fourth is Vatsalya Rasa. So Balramji is very affectionate towards Krishna as an elder brother. When Balram doesn't go with Krishna, two times Balramji did not go. On Balram Jayanti only, Balramji did not accompany Krishna to the forest. Okay, so one is on the day when he killed Aghasur and Brahma has come and stolen all the boys and calves. That time Balramji did not go. That day was birthday. And Rohini Mata said, "You have to stay here." No, I want to go. But Rohini Mata said, "No, you have to stay here, give charity to all the Brahmanas, and take some auspicious bath. Today is your birthday, appearance day." So Balramji was kept back. So that day, Krishna Krishna lost his voice and calves because of Brahma, and he had to explain, what happened later. And after that, another time on Kaliya Daman day, Balramji did not accompany Krishna. So specifically on this day, when Krishna was arrested by Kaliya's spoils in the Kaliya lake, then all the Brajavasis saw some inauspicious events, very inauspicious moments in their bodies, in the climate. They have seen so many inauspicious moments. All the Brajavasis, what they thought at that time, they were thinking that today Balaramji did not go with Krishna. Maybe Krishna has encountered some danger. So that was their thought. Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, Rohini Mata, and many other elder Brajavasis, they always see Balaramji as the protector of Krishna. Although Krishna is the supreme protector, still elder brother. Okay, elder brother, he always protect Krishna and may ensure that Krishna doesn't do any mischief. Okay, doesn't get into any danger. So another Vatsalya Bhava of Balaramji is also exhibited when he was trying to kill Pralambasura. One day, Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas were playing some game. And they divided themselves into two teams, Krishna team and Balaram team. And that day, one particular Gopa did not come for heading cows. He had some work at home. Just like Balaram stayed back at home on his birthday, this Gopa also stayed back at home for some other work. His mother told him, "Don't do." Then Pralambasura came there in the form of that particular Gopa who was absent. And he joined Krishna's team. And Krishna team and Balaram team, they were playing, and Krishna's team lost. And according to the condition kept in that game, Krishna's team members must carry Balaram's team members on their backs. Then Pralambasura in Krishna's team, he carried Balaramji on his back. And this Pralambasura was thinking that Balaram is weak and Krishna is strong. Because Balaramji is not to kill all, Krishna is not to kill all the demons. Balaramji always has ability, he is just taking a low profile, right? So this boy thought that, Pralambasura thought that if I kill Balaram, then Krishna will become emotionally weak. Then I can kill him easily. So with that intention, Pralambasura carried Balaramji far away from Bhandirvan. They were playing in Bhandirvan. Then Balaramji understood that this boy is not a boy, he's a demon. Then Balaramji, with his mystic potency, he increased the weight on the back of Pralambasura. Just like when Krishna was carried by Trinavarta, Krishna also increased his weight. Okay, he was just holding the neck of Trinavarta, and Trinavarta's throat got completely choked up. Because of Krishna's weight, he was as heavy as a mountain peak. Just like Krishna has all mystic powers, Balaram also has mystic powers. Right? He also increased his weight. Without increasing his size, he increased his weight on the back of Pralambasura. And Pralambasura could not carry his weight. Now, Balaramji has to kill Pralambasura, but he was not killed. He was hesitating for a couple of reasons. One reason is he's in Krishna's team. He's a member of Krishna's team. How can I kill Krishna's team member? He was hesitating. Okay. So another thing is that just as one demon attacked me now, there must be another demon who will be attacking Krishna. Because I'm so far from Krishna now, I'm not there right next to him. And Krishna is so far from me, another demon must have attacked Krishna. Oh, Balaram became very anxious about Krishna. And out of his intense emotions, Vatsalya emotions for his younger brother, he could not immediately kill Pralambasura. But after a moment, he composed himself, and with his one fist, he just punched Pralambasura and he dead. But the point is, he was having Vatsalya Bhava. towards Krishna also. Sometimes that also happens. Then fifth bhava, we discussed Shanta, Balramji's service to Krishna in Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakhya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, now Madhurya Rasa. Balaramji expands himself as the sister of Srimati Radharani, Ananda Manjari, and makes all arrangements for Krishna's pastimes, Madhurya pastimes. Right? So this is how Balaramji's service is all encompassing, and whatever service attitude that many devotees have for Krishna is originating from Balaramji. Right? Second festival, third festival. We discussed about Jhulan Yatra slightly. We also discussed about Balram Jayanti slightly. So next festival is the most auspicious, Janmashtami. So when the Supreme Lord Krishna decided to appear on this planet as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, there were so many obstacles that Vasudeva and Devaki had to face in their lives because of especially the tyrant king Kamsa. So Kamsa heard that Akashvani and he was about to kill Devaki, and Vasudeva negotiated with him and said that I will give my sons to you but spare the life of Devaki, and they were arrested. So 6 children, Kamsa has consecutively killed 6 sons of Devaki ruthlessly. Right? And then finally Balaramji entered into the womb of Mother Devaki to arrange the bed of Krishna, and then he shifted from Devaki's womb to Mother Rohini's womb. Because even before his appearance in this world, he is doing some service to Krishna and then appearing. He created the bed of Krishna. Who else can execute both service attitudes and this? Okay. So now in the 8th pregnancy, Krishna appeared. The main point here is it was not that easy for even Vasudeva and Devaki also to have Krishna appear in their lives. Although they are the eternal parents of Krishna, they had to undergo a lot of tribulations, lot of difficulties, lot of austerities of seeing their own infant babies ruthlessly murdered right in front of their eyes. So it is necessary and mandatory that we undergo some inconveniences or austerities and difficulties so that Krishna can appear in our lives. Right? So yes, Bhakti is susukham kartum avyayam. Bhakti is very happily and joyfully performed. At the same time, while practicing the path of Bhakti, we are also meant to undergo some kind of tribulations or austerities, inconveniences. So when we have the ability to tolerate the tribulations and with full faith in Krishna endure the inconveniences that come on our way, then Krishna will make his appearance. So why is it so? Why can't Krishna just appear? And what is so glorious about enduring difficulties and inconveniences? Very important point. Whenever there is some tribulation in life, we doubt the intentions of Krishna and integrity of Krishna. But mature devotee is one who never loses faith in Krishna despite facing unlimited tribulations in life. Right? That is maturity. Maturity is not a product which is available on Amazon for you to order. Okay? So maturity comes by sincere sadhana and sincere dedicated service to Krishna. Vasudeva and Devaki were seeing their sons being murdered in front of their eyes, one after one. But did they lose their faith in Krishna? Krishna, we are your devotees. Why did you make us undergo so much pain like this? What can be more painful for a mother, loving mother, to witness the death of her own child in front of her eyes? Not a natural death. Not that he has some disease and died. He is being murdered whimsically, violently, and consciously. It's not an accidental death. It's an intentional murder caused by her own brother, Kamsa. So she had to undergo so much of pain, right? So whenever there are some tribulations in the world, we question Krishna. Is Krishna there? Krishna, are you there? Are you looking at my devotional service? I'm chanting so many rounds every day. Right? I'm reading Bhagavatam, I'm attending Bhagavatam class every day. Huh? I'm doing so much of service. Right? I'm trying to keep myself awake while chanting. Can't you see it's my right? So one day, question Krishna. But devotees, they trust Krishna. They don't question Krishna. They trust Krishna's intentions and integrity. Whatever may be the number of tribulations I face in my life, Krishna remains my ever well-wisher. This is the conclusion of the devotee. One example. Kritajiti, the wife of Chitraketu, she blamed Krishna, she criticized Krishna. She said that Krishna, you are like an inexperienced child. How can a child die within the lifetime of his father? How can you make me witness the death of my own child, Harshasana? So, Chitraketu's wife, Kritajiti, blamed the Lord. So she could not accept the will of the providence. But here you see, Vasudeva and Devaki, they could accept the will of the providence. Effortlessly. They endured so much of difficulty. Right? So, to such faithful devotees, Krishna will appeal. But if a devotee keeps on regularly questioning Krishna, doubting Krishna's intentions and integrity, whenever there are some tribulations and difficulties, then you need to understand that they have a long way to go. Why me? There are so many people, simple people. They are not chanting the holy names of the Lord, and they are living so happily, and I am undergoing some difficulties, financial problems, health problems, relationship problems, this problem, that problem. So many problems are coming to me while practicing Hare Krishna. What's happening? So, but you see, Krishna's parents underwent so many difficulties. Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the Brajavasis also faced so many dangers from so many demons. But did they lose their faith in Krishna? Uttara saw that some Brahmastra was coming towards her to kill her embryo. And she ran towards Krishna and said, Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho, Bhakta, Rama, Bhayankar. So you are the only person who can cause fearlessness. Yatra mrityu parasparam. Whenever I encounter some danger or death, you only can avoid fearlessness, O Krishna. You please protect my embryo. Some fiery arrow is coming to kill my child. Can you please protect me? Protect my child. Even if I die, I don't mind. But my child has to be protected. That's the prayer of the mother, loving mother, Uttara. Uttara did not think this Krishna did not save my husband Abhimanyu, who died recently in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, while being a small boy, like a teenager. So he died. So this Krishna did not protect my husband. Will he protect my son now? She did not question Krishna like that. She did not doubt Krishna. She did not say, I will surrender to some other person. Either the sage or some Devata or some Pandavas, Arjuna or Bhima. She was not calculating. Her surrender to Krishna was so spontaneous, like a child surrenders to mother. So just as a child spontaneously and naturally depends on the mother with absolutely no calculation, a devotee also completely and spontaneously depends on Krishna in all circumstances, whatever may be the result that Krishna arranges. So, whether Krishna arranges pain or pleasure, devotee's faith in Krishna will be understood. That's the background of Krishna's appearance, where Vasudeva and Devaki underwent so many tribulations, and then there was Janmashtami in their lives. And Krishna appeared in their lives. Krishna appeared in a very nice enchanting form in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. And at one moment, Devaki and Vasudeva were praising Krishna as the creator, maintainer, destroyer, and the master of the entire world, enjoyer, protector, this and that. So many things. Now they were glorifying Krishna. At another moment, they were exhibiting so much of Vatsalya Bhava. Krishna comes on, come and kill you, may destroy you. There's no way pray to Krishna, he is the supreme controller, nothing can happen to you. But now, Devaki Mata says, no, I want to hide you somewhere. Please become like a normal child. Seeing this effulgent form comes on, come. There is the Vatsalya Bhava. So in this way, Krishna appeared in their lives. And when Krishna appeared, Vasudev, being a prince of the royal order, he wanted to celebrate Krishna's birthday, Janmashtami, Krishna's appearance day. But unfortunately, Vasudev did not have the fortune of celebrating Janmashtami. Who got that fortune? Nanda Maharaj. Right? He got the fortune of celebrating Krishna's birthday, but not Vasudev. And Vasudev, that does not mean he did not celebrate. In his mind, he donated millions of cows to so many Brahmanas and celebrated Krishna's birthday with so much of pomp. Okay. So now let us make a transition from Janmashtami to Nandotsav. And Nandotsav also marks the appearance of our dear beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace D.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhuji. So when Prabhupada was traveling to the west on the Jaladuta ship, so Janmashtami came. So during his travel, Janmashtami came, and Prabhupada wanted to celebrate Janmashtami, and he could not. So what did he do? He had some co-passengers and some he kept another ship and then maybe a few other crew members. He made little prasad and offered to Krishna. He chanted little kirtan, small kirtan he did, and he gave a small talk about Krishna to few members there, and he celebrated Janmashtami. Right? He celebrated Janmashtami that though I may not have great opulence of 100, 200, 200, 500,000 members coming to a temple and I do abhishek and this and that decoration, but okay, let me do it in my own way. So that Janmashtami celebrated by Srila Prabhupada on the Jaladuta ship enabled millions and millions of people to celebrate Janmashtami all over the globe. Now so many Janmashtamis are happening all over the world. So now devotees also take opportunities. In one place only, there are multiple groups celebrating Janmashtami. Multiple days, Janmashtami happen on so and so date. After 3 days also there is Janmashtami celebration. So like that, multiple Janmashtami celebrations. All because Prabhupada celebrates Janmashtami.
Jai Prabhupada.
So the main lesson here is when we have that intention, when we have that sincere desire to have Krishna appear in our lives, we can celebrate Janmashtami anytime, any place, any number of times. Right? There is no restriction. There is absolutely no force that can stop a sincere devotee to celebrate Janmashtami and to have Krishna appear in their lives. Right? If only they are dedicated, they are sincere. Right? So, apparently there may be so many obstacles that the material nature can present, the external situations can present. But the lesson is, situations are often not in our control, but our response is in our control. So, we may not have an opportunity to celebrate Janmashtami with so much pomp and so much of celebration, so many arrangements, elaborate arrangements. But the real Janmashtami, real appearance of Krishna happens in the heart of a devotee when they have a sincere desire to celebration. When one sincerely chants the holy names, when one sincerely desires that Krishna, may you appear in my life. And for you to appear in my life, whatever austerities or inconvenience, difficulties or impediments that I need to undergo, I am willing to undergo. For Krishna to appear in the lives of Devaki and Vasudeva, they had to undergo so much. Year after year, companies killing their children, killing their sons. They are tolerating, waiting patiently. Okay, let me tolerate the pain of my son's death. Tomorrow Krishna will appear as my son. Let me tolerate the pain of another son's death. Okay, in some time Krishna will appear. Like that, the parents of Krishna, Devaki and Vasudeva, were anticipating, waiting, and longing to have Krishna appear in their lives, and for that appearance of Krishna in their lives, they underwent so many difficulties. They endured so many difficulties. Whatever it takes for me to go through, I will go through Krishna, you please appear in my life. So when that consciousness is there, we can celebrate Janmashtami at every moment. We don't have to wait for August only or September only. We can celebrate Janmashtami at every moment. And many your devotees are celebrating, right? So, uh, Mother Devaki and Vasudeva, even after Krishna appeared in their lives on Janmashtami day in Kamsa's prison cell, how long could they see Krishna? Few minutes. Few minutes. Vasudeva offered prayers. Few more minutes. Devaki offered prayers. Few more minutes. The Lord spoke to them and said, Vasudeva, take me to Gopi. Few minutes of interaction. They waited for so many years from their marriage day till that day. They were waiting for Krishna's appearance, and Krishna appeared in their lives and they disappeared. He disappeared immediately. And who has to take him away? Father himself. Vasudeva himself has to take him and then place him in Yashoda Mata's bed, extend the babies, right? And after more than a decade, again Krishna came back and appeared in the lives of Vasudeva and Devaki. Right? So, all this time, Vasudeva and Devaki, they were longing to see Krishna, they were waiting to meet Krishna one day. So that longing, that waiting, that patience, that tolerance, that faith and trust in Krishna's intentions and integrity made them have Krishna in their lives one day. Right? After a decade, Krishna came back to Mathura, killed Kamsa, and again gave the pleasure of seeing him to Vasudeva. Right? So Krishna's parents also had to undergo a lot for Krishna to appear in their lives and have the association of Krishna in their lives. And to enable all of us to have Krishna in our lives, our dear founder Acharya, our beloved Srila Prabhupada underwent lot of difficulties, lot of tribulations. So, it's Prabhupada's Leelamrita first volume. The 4 decades of struggle underwent by Prabhupada to establish International Society for Krishna Consciousness is so elaborately described. There's one chapter called Crying in Wilderness. Right? Technically, it is called Aranya Rodhanam. Okay, when somebody misses one's way and enters into the forest, he will cry because he's very fearful. What will happen? What will happen to me? A fox may come, or a tiger may come, or a lion may come, or a snake, or big python may come and swallow. Right? So, coming to this chapter, there's a lot of difficulties that Prabhupada underwent. He was walking on the street and he fainted because of sunstroke. He would go to print Back to Godhead magazine and he would not even take breakfast. And the printer who is supposed to collect money from Prabhupada for printing charges, he had to arrange breakfast for Prabhupada. Prabhupada underwent so many difficulties. He would read, he would write, he would edit, he would proofread, he would coordinate the printing, and he will even distribute sell also. Now writing has become easy. You have laptop, Prabhupada has a typewriter. Right? He has to proofread also. So you can write, someone else can proofread. But Prabhupada did not have all the privileges. And he is elderly man also. 40 years he struggled. But in 40 years, did he lose the inspiration to establish a worldwide movement spreading Krishna consciousness? He did not lose the inspiration. He was completely dedicated to his spiritual master's instruction to preach Krishna consciousness in English speaking language. And last 10 years, we have seen great success. Right? So that Prabhupada underwent so many difficulties so that we can celebrate Janmashtami today at so many places. Right? So it requires so much of dedication, so much of austerity, voluntarily accepting so much of inconvenience so that Krishna can ultimately appear in our lives. So our acharyas have done so many austerities. Krishna's parents have done austerities to bring him to this world, and our acharyas have done so many austerities to spread the path of Krishna consciousness. And now we are getting the juice, right? Some farmer is cultivating the crop, and someone else is plucking the fruits and making juice, and we are directly given to drink it. So now it has become so easy for us because of the blessings and the hard work done by all our acharyas. It has become very easy for us to access Krishna's grace. So the spirit in which we can celebrate Janmashtami is to value to sincerely value the contributions of all these divine personalities to our spiritual life and reciprocate with their attempt by sincerely accepting the path of bhakti, by sincerely chanting the holy names of Krishna, by sincerely studying Srimad Bhagavatam, by sincerely rendering service to Krishna to the best of our capacity as directed by our spiritual practice. Right? That makes Janmashtami successful. And this festival of Janmashtami, we can recommit ourselves to the path of bhakti. We can rejuvenate our enthusiasm to practice Krishna consciousness with more dedication, with more consistency, with more pure intentions, with selflessness, with dedication. Then Janmashtami is successful. All these festivals that we are celebrating are not mere rituals. They are not some SOPs like standard protocol. Festival comes, you do Abhishek, you do Boga offering, extra big food, and you do this and you do that. All this we have to do. But what is the consciousness behind performance of all those activities that is most important? So the spiritually charged ambience on a festival day is meant to rejuvenate our enthusiasm to practice devotional service. They are meant to bring us one step closer to Krishna, that we practice bhakti more sincerely. So when we embrace that consciousness, our Janmashtami is success. Right? Apart from doing whatever services that we are meant to do. Right? So this is a little bit about Janmashtami. And after Janmashtami, and also Krishna started performing so many beautiful pastimes, right? In Vrindavan. So while Krishna is wandering in the forests of Vrindavan, he is performing unlimited enchanting activities which are most accessible to Brajavasis, and maybe some devatas are also seen from the upper planets once in a while, right? So we have access to all the activities that Krishna has done, or most of the activities that Krishna has done in Vrindavan through all these wonderful books, Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and many other Vaishnava literations. So that when we sincerely read the literatures and rejuvenate our enthusiasm to practice bhakti for Janmashtami, right? So and most central point in celebration of any festival is Harikatha. So the main point or the main aspect of any Dham Darshan, any Yatra that we go for is Harikatha. So there are so many things that we do as a part of festival or as a part of Yatra, but unless that pure sound vibration enters our ear holes, we will not be able to participate in the Yatras or festivals in the right consciousness. So, Shravanam, sincerely hearing Harikatha and studying Vaishnava literatures will set our mood to celebrate these festivals in the right spirit. Right? So, now on Janmashtami, we can meditate on several beautiful leelas of Krishna, forms of Krishna, and activities of Krishna, names of Krishna. We can chant, we can serve Him, right? So all this can be done in a proper consciousness when we have the background of hearing about Him. There's a beautiful shloka that describes the form of Krishna. I think this is from Rupa Goswami's Gachibowli. Tullem vivar kanti bindu vadanam varhavatam sapriyam Shrivat Santa Mudara Kostu Bhadaram Pitambaram Sundaram Gopinam Nayanopalachikatam Govopasanghatam Govindam Kalaveduvadanaparam Tityanga Bhusham Bhaje Full and Divara Kanti Bindu Vadanam. Krishna's beautiful form is like a freshly blossomed blue lotus, bathed in moonlight. Right? Some lotuses grow in the night, some lotuses bloom in the daytime. So Krishna is like a blue lotus, which is freshly blossomed, bathed in moonlight, shining. Lendivara kanti bindu badanam varhavatam sarviyam. And Krishna also has a beautiful form. Shrivat Sankamudara Kaustu Bhadaram Pitambaram Sundaram. Krishna also has the Srivatsa mark. Kaustubhadaram, he wears a Kaustubhamani around his neck. Pitambaram, he has yellow cloth. Sundaram is the most attractive personality throughout the creation. Pitambaram Sundaram Gopinam Nayanopalajitatanum Gopasanghatam. When Krishna is entering the forest of Vrindavan, he is surrounded by all the Gopas and cows. Gopasanghatam. And that side of Krishna is very attractive and captivating to the eyes of the gopis. Right? Gopina Nayana Uppala Architatanum. Nayana Uppala Architatanum. Krishna has a tanu. Krishna has a beautiful form which is being worshipped by the Uppala flowers of gopis' glances. Right? So gopis are glancing them, and the glances are like flower petals of Pushabhashek on Krishna. Gopina Nayana Chitatanum Gopasanghatam Govindam Kalaveduvadanaparam Divyanga Bhaje. That Govinda, while entering the forest, is Kalaveduvadanaparam. He's playing flute. Divyanga Bhusham Bhaje is nicely decorated also. Now, once you hear this shloka, then on Janmashtami, if you take Krishna's darshan, you can relish Krishna's darshan better. Right? On festival days, we have nice darshans. And we have so many services. For us to render service in proper consciousness, for us to take darshan of Krishna in proper consciousness, we should have the background of oral reception, as Prabhupada says. When we hear about Krishna, when we hear the dignity of this divine form that we are seeing, then we can appreciate the darshan better. Otherwise, not nice. So you hear a little bit about Krishna's people, this is the fact. You hear about taking darshan of Krishna's lotus feet. By taking darshan of Krishna's lotus feet, whether on Janmashtami day or any other day, it's a purifying process. Kapiladev says in the third kind of Bhagavatam, Sancintaye Bhagavatas Charanarvindam Vajrakushadhvajasarodvarvalanchanatyam Uttungarakta Vilasanna Chakravala Josna Virahamahat Pranayanthaka. When you take the darshan of Krishna's lotus feet, the effulgence emanating from the toenails of Krishna will dissipate the darkness of ignorance in our hearts. Our hearts will be filled with devotional inspiration and spiritual knowledge by exposing ourselves to the effulgence emanating from the toenails of Krishna. It's a speciality of Krishna's darshan. Darshan of Krishna's lotus feet. Similarly, when you see Krishna's divine face, what is the effect of seeing Krishna's divine face? On any festival day, when taking darshan, what is the effect of seeing Krishna's face? Kapildev further says, Samharera Kilalokativra Shokashru Sagara Visoshanamatyudaram Sammohaya Rachitam Nijamaya Yasya Bhrumandalam Munikrite Makaradhvajasya Asam Hare Abanata Akila Loka Deva Sagar Shoka Sagar Visoshan Vatyudaram. Because of undergoing so many tribulations in this world, the condition here is crying, and he has created an ocean of tears. And when we see the beautiful smile of Krishna's face, that ocean of tears will be dried up within a moment. Krishna, by his darshan, by his enchanting, captivating smile, he gives us reassurance. Yes, I am there for you. Yogam Shemam Vahamyaham. Don't worry. Right? Janmashtami is successful when we increase our faith in Krishna by hearing Kirtan. See, our regular Shravanam, Kirtanam, all these things are a faith-building exercise. Right? We need to increase our trust in Krishna. We need to increase our faith in Krishna. He is there with me. One of the foremost qualities of a devotee is fearlessness. Abhayam. And that fearlessness is not a product of his recklessness or carelessness. That fearlessness is a product of the faith in Krishna. Faithfulness creates fearlessness. So when we hear Harikatha, especially on this auspicious days, when we hear how merciful Krishna is, then our faith in Krishna will increase. Our dedication and service attitude towards Krishna will increase. He is our master, he loves me so much. let me also express my love by rendering service to Krishna. Right? So therefore, hearing on festival days, hearing Harikatha on festival days is very crucial for us to relish the darshan in the right consciousness and to render our services in the right consciousness and participate in all the other aspects of festival in the right consciousness. So this is the center of attraction for any festival. So there is another beautiful shloka that comes again in Pradhyavana. It says that Mandire Shashikanda Mandalavaga Shri Khandaliktangale Vrindaranja Purandaraspuradaman Devarashyaman Karindi Priyanandanandanapadarandaravindekshana Shri Govinda Mukunda Sundaradano Mandinamanandaya. So it says that Bhandiresha, we just discussed about Bhandirva last time. Krishna is Bhandiresha, is the master of Bhandirva. He is the master of all ones. He is the master of all ones. But Bhandira is mentioned here. Bhandiresha, Shikhanda Mandalavaga is also nicely decorated with peacock feathers. Shri Khandaliktanga and his anga, his body limbs are anointed with sandalwood pearl. Shri Khandaliktanga, Shrikhand is not eating Shrikhand. It is sandalwood pearl. Vrindaranya Purandaraspuradavan Devarashyamala. And in this day, Krishna enters Vrindaranya. Indivarashyamala, again his bodily conception, complexion is like Indivara, freshly blossoming lotus. Kalindi Priyanandanandanapadarandaravindekshana. Krishna is Kalindi Priya. He loves Yamuna so much. And Yamuna loves him so much. And Yamuna facilitates for all the pleasure pastimes of Krishna and Vrindavan, along with the gopis. Kalindi Priyanandanandanapadarandaravindekshana. He's Ravindekshana. He is known to give pleasure to everyone. He is Sachidananda Vigraha, and he will also give Ananda. Shri Govinda Mukunda Sundaradano Mam Dinamanandaya. Oh Govinda, oh Mukunda, oh Sundaradano. Somewhere such beautiful form. We are demon, we are fallen, we are so degraded. Please show some mercy. Like that, we need to beg for the mercy of Krishna. So, Shri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Shri Rama Sitapate Govinda Shri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Shri Rama Sitapate. I forgot the next line. Shri Narayana, the Lord lies on this Narayana, this ocean, therefore it is called Narayana. Pundarika Nayana, he has beautiful form, beautiful eyes. Shri Rama Sitapate. He is the master of Sita Devi, and he also appears as Ramachandra. In this shloka, somewhere in the last line, it comes that, oh Lord, you are the only deliverer of all of us struggling in the ocean of material existence. Without you, without your mercy, you are appearing in so many forms in this world. Without your mercy, how can we cross the ocean of this material existence? We need to understand whether we are celebrating Janmashtami or Gaura Purnima or Narasimha Chaturdashi or Vamana Dwadashi or Sri Rama Navami or any other appearance of the Supreme Lord in some divine form. We need to understand the purpose behind the Lord's appearance. That is to reclaim us. Reclaim to the path of Bhakti. Why are you rotting in this material existence? You can eternally be with me and serve me and enjoy spiritual pleasure in my service. Why are you unnecessarily rotting in this material existence, experiencing unlimited miseries? Right? So that's the purpose of the Lord's appearances on this planet. Shri Narayana Pundarika Nayana Shri Rama Sitapate. He delivers all of us from the ocean of material existence. So in this way, we can hear Harikatha of history. And after Janmashtami comes the most auspicious festival of Sri Radha Ashtam. It's 1 o'clock. Okay. You can go for 10 more minutes.
We can go 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. My throat is just going down. Okay. So next festival is Radhashtami. So Srimati Radharani is the divine eternal consort of Sri Krishna. So it requires great unity of consciousness even to utter the name of Radharani, what is full of glorifying and speaking about her. But a few words celebrating the occasion. So after the Supreme Lord Krishna's appearance, we will be celebrating the appearance of his divine consort Srimati Radharani. Sometime back we were discussing that Balaramji is the source of the Dasa Abhimana, the mode of being a servant of Krishna. Right? So, yes, he is. But for us to also imbibe the spirit of service to the Supreme Lord Krishna, we need the blessings of his divine eternal consort Srimati Radharani also. That's why Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Mahatma astu mam partha dairim prakritimashritah bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadimabhyayam. By the blessings of Srimati Radharani, dairim prakritimashritah, by taking shelter of Srimati Radharani, one will be able to understand Krishna and serve Krishna, bhajanti ananya manaso, and understand that Krishna is the origin of everything. Bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutati mabhyayam. Right? So that's the nature of a devotee who takes shelter of Srimati Radharani. And Krishna is definitely an ocean of compassion. He is, Ramanacharya says, Maya Apara Karunya Saushilya Madhurya Vatsalya Audarya Jaladhau Nivishtamana Bhava. Manmana means to immerse our mind in Krishna consciousness means to immerse our mind in the ocean of Krishna's compassion, ocean of Krishna's benevolence, ocean of Krishna's kindness and beauty, forgiveness, and all these qualities. So we need to meditate on all these qualities in Krishna. Just as Lord Sri Krishna is compared with 7 oceans in this shloka, Srimati Radharani also is compared with 7 oceans. In another shloka, Acharya say, Vaidagya Sindhura Nuraga Rasaika Sindhura Vatsalya Sindhura Atisandra Krupaika Sindhura Lavanya Sindhura Vratachavi Rupa Sindhura Shri Radhika Swaratme Hridike Sindhura. Srimati Radharani is an ocean of all virtues. Vaidagya Sindhura. She is an ocean of all virtues. First, ocean number 1. This is Radha ocean. Vaidagya Sindhura. Second, Anuraga Rasaika Sindhura. Srimati Radharani is an ocean of Anuraga, unlimited affection and attraction towards Krishna. Right? She manifests the intensity of Raga for Krishna. Ragatmaka Bhaktas are there, Vrajavasis. Amongst all of them, Srimati Radharani is the foremost. Vaidagya Sindhura Anuraga Rasaika Sindhura Vatsalya Sindhura. And Srimati Radharani also has unlimited vatsalya towards all the devotees. Krishna will give us some importance and preference when Radharani recommends us to Krishna. Right? Vatsalya Sindhura, she is an ocean of compassion. You know that jackal story, right? So Vatsalya Sindhura. Ati Santra Kripaika Sindhura. Srimati Radharani is also an ocean of kripa, compassion. What kind of kripa? Sandra kripa, condensed mercy. Ati Sandra kripa means extremely condensed mercy. Ati Sandra kripaika sindhu means an ocean of extremely condensed mercy. Srimati Radharani. Right? Vatsalya Sindhura Ati Sandra kripaika sindhu. Lavanya Sindhura Vratachavi Rupa Sindhura. Lavanya Sindhura. Srimati Radharani is an ocean of lavanya, loveliness, right? And 6th ocean is Amrita Chavi Rupa Sindhura. Her nectarian beauty mesmerizes, attracts everyone, and surcharges everyone's mind with spiritual sound vibrations, spiritual vibrations, spiritual feelings. Narada Muni went to Vrishabhanu's house to take darshan of Srimati Radharani, and he was completely enchanted by the beauty of divine beauty of Srimati Radharani and touched her feet and offered obeisances, seeking her blessings, although she was like an infant baby. Right? Amrita Chavi was seventh ocean. Shri Radhika Spratu me Hridi Keli Sindhu. Keli Sindhu, she is also an ocean of so many pastimes. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan, he was searching for this one. You see, in the second row, the middle book. See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is under a tree. There are some peacocks and deer and many other. This one. This is the book. So you saw this picture. This is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's visit to Vrindavan. When Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavan, he saw two parrots. So that they're here on the tree. He saw two parrots singing the glories of Radha and Krishna. One male parrot, one female parrot. The male parrot was Shuka, and the female parrot was Sarika. And the male parrot was singing the glories of Krishna, and the female parrot was singing the glories of Srimati Radharani. The male parrot said, and Mahaprabhu was really shocked. The male parrot said, Shuka said, Saundaryam lalanali dhairyadanam leela ramastambhini Viryam kandukita trivarya babalat pare parardham punah Shriram sarvajananuranjanamaho yasyayam asmat prabha Vishvam vishvajanina kirtiravata Krishno jagat mohana. In this beautiful shloka, Shuka, the parrot, describes Krishna's six qualities. Number one, Saundaryam lalanali dhairyadanam. Saundarya of Krishna, the beauty of Krishna, can subdue the patience of all the gopis of Vrindavan. Means the gopis helplessly get attracted to Krishna. Saundaryam lalanali dhairyadanam leela ramastambhini. The leelas that Krishna performs, they would astonish even Rama Devi also, Lakshmi Devi also. Leela ramastambhini, that is the second quality. Third, Viryam kandukita trivarya babalat pare parardham punah. Viryam, Krishna's power, Krishna's strength is so much that he can make this entire Govardhan mountain like a play ball with which kids play. Right? He would just effortlessly lift Govardhan mountain on his left hand, little finger, as if it were a ball that used to play. Viryam kandukita trivarya babalat. Fourth quality. Pare parardham punah. There is no limit to Krishna's qualities. He has unlimited qualities. And the next line, the bird, Sukha says that Shilam sarvajananuranjanamaho yasyayam asmat prabha. The Shilam, the character of Krishna is sarvajana anuranjanam. It is extremely enchanting to everybody. Everybody gets attracted to Krishna's quality, Krishna's characteristics. Sarva jana anuranjanamaho yasyayam asmat prabhu. Our Prabhu, our Asmat Prabhu is so glorious. We should be proud of our Prabhu. We should not be proud of ourselves. Right? We should be proud of our divine master, our glorious master Krishna. Right? Yasyayam asmat prabhu. Vishvam vishvajanina kirtiravata Krishno jagat mohana. And last line says about Krishna's kirti. The kirti of Krishna, the divine fame or reputation of Krishna is so divine that it completely purifies, animates and beautifies the entire universe. If there is any life in this universe, if there is any glory in this universe, that is the existence of Krishna's glories in this universe. There is the existence of books like this, Bhagavad and Chaitanya. This universe is worthy only because it houses Bhagavad books, Bhagavad Gita books, and basically Krishna. And this universe is glorious also because it houses so many devotees who have imbibed the teachings of all these divine literatures and applying them in their lives. That's the glory of this universe. There is Krishna Katha in this universe. Krishna descends into this universe, performs so many enchanting pastimes in this universe, and creates some subject matter for us to discuss. And they are put in the form of these books by Vyasadeva and many other great authors, and we are reading them. That's the only thing that is worth mentioning or worth seeking in this universe. Everything else is overvalued. This universe is glorious because there are skyscraper buildings. The universe is glorious because cars are there, bungalows are there, our mobile phones are there, so much technology is there. Yeah, they're glorious in their own way, but the real glory of this entire universe is there is Krishna Kirti, Krishna Kirtan, and there are devotees who are doing that Krishna Kirtan. That's the glory of this universe. All the Devatas, they see that the heavenly planets, the fifth canto of Bhagavatam, the Devatas are speaking that it's not worth taking birth to live in a place where there is no access to Harikatha, Harikirtan, and festivals like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Balaram Jayanti, children get the access. Okay. You know the verse, the initial line of that. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapagana Sadhavo Bhagavatastadashraya Nayatra Yajnesha Makhama Hotsava Sureti Loko Vinadaina Sevyatam Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, the place where the river, the nectarian river of Krishna Katha is not flowing. Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, that place is not available. Second, Nasadhavo Bhagavatastadashraya, the place where Bhagavatas, devotees who have taken shelter of the flowing nectarian river of Harikatha are not there, it's not possible. They have access to Harikatha, they have access to Haribhaktas who are doing the Harikatha, and we are doing this. Third is Nayatra Yajnesha Makhama Hotsava, the place where we don't celebrate. The festivals are there. Festivals, that place is not worthy. What is a worthy place to live? Where celebrations or festivals that are celebrating Krishna's divine appearances and pastimes on this planet are existing. So Krishna did Jholan Yatra, which he was swinging on swings long back, 5,000 years back, along with Srimati Radharani and many other associates, and we are celebrating their pastime. Krishna appeared 5,000 years back, we are celebrating Janmashtami. Radharani appeared, we are celebrating Radhashtami. Balaram appeared, we are celebrating Balaram Jayanti. So, the place where the vibrant festivals are there, that's the place worth living, otherwise it's not worth living. Okay. So, coming back to this conversation between Sukha and Sarika. So, Sukha, parent, he said that Krishna is glorious in this place, in this 6 days. And Sarika has to feel something, right? In the introduction of Radharani, you know what Sarika said? Shri Radhikaya Priyata Surupata Sushilata Nartana Gana Chaturi Gunali Sampat Kavita Charajati Jaganmano Mohana Chitta Mohini Shri Radhikaya Priyata Surupata. You are verifying about Krishna's beauty. Srimati Radharani is more beautiful. Priyata Surupata, right? Sushilata, you are verifying about Krishna's character, right? So Sukha said, right, that Shilam Sarva Jananu Ranjanamaho. So Krishna's Shila is glorified by Sukha. Sarika the same. Sushilata Tanagana Chaturi. Srimati Radharani also has Sushila, very divine, auspicious characteristics. And he is also expert in Nartana and dance, singing and dancing, not only Krishna. And Gunali Sampat, in one stroke, Sarika defeated Sukha. Gunali Sampat, Srimati Radharani is an award of groups of good qualities. Gunali Sampat, Kavita Rajate, she is resplendent. Jaganmano Mohana Chitta Mohini, your Krishna is Jagan Mohana. Our Radha is Jaganmano Mohana Chitta Mohini. She is Jagan Mohana Mohini. If your Krishna can enchant whole world, Radharani can enchant him. Right? One day on a Radhashtami day, Prabhupada was doing lecture. You know what Prabhupada said? 45 minutes or so, he glorified Krishna. He glorified all Krishna's qualities. At the end, Prabhupada said that And that Krishna is attracted by Srimati Radharani. So similarly, Krishna may have so many qualities, unlimited divine enchanting qualities, but Srimati Radharani just attracts. And Krishna becomes intrigued. What happiness that Radharani derives in serving me? I'm the recipient of service. Right? I'm receiving her service. By receiving her service, I should be very happy and blissful. But her happiness in serving me is 10 billion times more than my happiness in receiving that service. He becomes intrigued, he becomes confused, and he aspires for that happiness. With that mood, he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? He appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This entire appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this divine, glorious, beautiful, golden form, is a testimony for Srimati Radharani's love and service to Krishna. Krishna thought, I cannot glorify the gopis more than this. So, what could be a better testimony for Srimati Radharani's service and her glory than Krishna himself aspiring for her mood, her happiness, and stealing her complexion, stealing her emotion, and becoming Lord Chaitanya. Who is Lord Chaitanya? Is Krishna only, but in the mood and in the complexion of Radharani. Right? So that's the tattva of Lord Chaitanya. So Srimati Radharani is the divine manifestation of Krishna's inner potency, internal potency, Ladini Shakti, and Krishna derives unlimited happiness only from Srimati Radharani. No one else can give pleasure to Krishna as much as Srimati Radharani can give to Krishna. So she understands Krishna's heart more than any other devotee can ever understand. She is the epitome of Madhurya Bhava, which is the epitome of all this. Right? So, there is one shloka that Sanatana Goswami writes in Krishna Vilasana. We think it is a glorification of Radharani, but it's actually a glorification of Krishna. Radha Radhita Radhesha. You also say.
Radha Radhesha.
Radhika Pranavallabha.
Radhika Pranavallabha.
Radha Ramana Vandetva.
Radha Ramana Vandetva.
Radhika Prema Nirjita.
Radhika Prema Nirjita.
This Radha word comes so many times in this shloka, but it is glorification of Krishna. Krishna likes to be addressed in connection with Radharani, Radha Raman, Radha Vallabh, Radha Gopinath, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan,
Radha Gopi Vallabh.
Radha Gopi Vallabh. Like that, Krishna likes to be addressed with Radharani. So this shloka says, Radha Radhita, who is Krishna? That person who is worshipped by Radha. Radha Aradhita is Krishna. Radhesha, who is Krishna? The master of Radharani. The Lord of Radharani's heart is Krishna. Radha Radhita Radhesha Radhika Pranavallabha. Krishna is the Lord of the life of Srimati Radharani. Pranavallabha. Fourth, Radha Ramana. Krishna is that person who gives enjoyment to Radharani and enjoys the company of Radharani. Radha Ramana. Vande Tvam. Let me offer obeisances unto Krishna. Radhika Prema Nirjita. Krishna is conquered, captivated, controlled, subdued, and defeated by the love of Radharani. One day, Krishna wanted to joke with the gopis. Right? All the gopis are Vrindavan were searching for Krishna everywhere. He is able to listen. And Krishna, in one bush, he manifested Narayana form, four-headed form. Okay? And the gopis came there. He wanted to confuse them or distract them, not test them. So all the gopis saw Narayana, actually Krishna in the form of Narayana, and offer obeisances. Narayana, Tamatpana. Did you see Krishna here? And they were saying, continue to say Krishna, says Krishna. Then Radharani came there, and she saw Narayana. She did not say Narayana, Tamatpana. She said, Krishna, I found you finally. Because Krishna could not retain his two extra arms in front of Radharani. You can see that you are not Radharani. Right? She is totally subdued by Radharani's love that he could not cheat her, he could not just manifest his two extra forms, two extra arms. His Narayana form isn't it? His original cohort boy form as Gopal manifested in Radharani. Another time, in the spiritual world, Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna, they both went to a tree. In spiritual world, everything is conscious. Okay, every tree is conscious and every stone is conscious, everything is conscious. So for you to generally get some fruits from a tree, you need to climb the tree and pluck it. Or you have many other ways. In GD, you know what we do? We take a bamboo stick and put a jelly there, okay, and then put a hook there and then we pluck like this. The mangoes will go into the jelly, right, into the net. So in spiritual world, Radha and Krishna they did not do that. So Radharani went in front of the tree and said, "Oh tree, can you give me some fruits?" And the tree can bend and offer fruits to Radharani, right? So a tree with the arms of his hands or the branches are like the arms of the tree, can bend and offer fruits to Radharani. But Lord Krishna was standing behind Radharani and saying, "No, don't you." Then the tree is confused. Should I follow Radharani's instruction or Krishna's instruction? Naturally, for all obvious reasons, although Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the tree bent and offered fruits to Radharani. And by doing so, Krishna is more pleased. If the tree had followed Krishna's instruction, Krishna would be pleased maybe. But because the tree has denied Krishna's instruction and pleased Radharani, Krishna is more pleased. Right? So that's the importance that Krishna gives to Srimati Radharani. So whatever little devotion that we have for Krishna is adhering from the supreme goddess of devotion, Srimati Radharani. Right? So our devotion, just like we are parts and parcels of Krishna, amshas of Krishna, our devotion for Krishna is an amsha of Srimati Radharani's devotion for Krishna. She is the supreme goddess of devotion, and she is the source of our devotional strength and devotional inspiration. And her blessings will bring us closer to Krishna. Now, there is one mention by Krishnadasa Kaviraj Goswami in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. How much Krishna is captivated by the love of Srimati Radharani, especially in the Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Samvad. So Ramananda Rai just describes what is the greatest sadhya, the highest attainable goal of a human being he describes. Eventually, he comes to Madhurya Rasa and he speaks about the gopis. And Mahaprabhu till now he was saying Yehovah Yehovah, this is very good, Yehovah Uttam, and all that he is saying. And then finally the discussion came to the glory of Srimati Radharani. Okay. And the glory of gopis. Then Mahaprabhu said, "You go ahead, you say something more." And Ramananda said, "There is no one, I have never seen anyone who is asking me to move the discussion further ahead. This is the epitome." Then he spoke something more. Mahaprabhu encouraged him. Then he spoke about Srimati. Then Mahaprabhu said, "Yes, the Srimati Radharani is the epitome of love for Krishna, epitome of Krishna Prema." Right? So when Uddhava came to Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani sings Brahmara Gita. She sees one bumblebee and imagines that bee to be a messenger of Krishna or Krishna himself and starts chastising that bee, okay, thinking that it is Krishna. There she speaks 10 kinds of impulsive speech. Out of her intense love for Krishna, she speaks 10 ways called Brahmara Gita, more esoteric than even Rasalila. We are not going to discuss Brahmara Gita by the way. That is the idea. So she chastises. So seeing her absorption in Krishna Prema, Uddhava understood these gopis of Vrindavan are the topmost devotees of Krishna, and above all the gopis is Srimati Radharani who sang that Brahmara Gita. So Uddhava got the ultimate darshan of the epitome of Krishna Prema when she saw Srimati Radharani. And so like that, Radharani's glories are unlimited, but our ability to glorify her is limited, and our eligibility to glorify is also limited, and our time is also limited. So I think I should not extend. It's 1:25. I'll conclude here. Thank you very much. I'm very, very grateful to all the devotees here who lovingly invited me and encouraged me and blessed me and gave me an opportunity to glorify the Supreme Lord Krishna and his eternal associates on this auspicious Ekadashi day on that marks the beginning of Julan festival. And my experience and understanding is limited. If I said anything that is inappropriate or inaccurate, kindly forgive me for that. And please bless me so that I continue my service in proper consciousness without pride or without deviation. And may I become and remain a humble servant of all Vaishnavas. So, seeking your blessings, I continue. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jai Prabhupada ki jai. You can decide.
Anybody has any questions? Inquiry? Oh, yeah.
And we also wanted to although you have observed this in your session, your class, but you mentioned that we can celebrate Janmashtami each day, any moment we want. So I just wanted you to elaborate on that aspect. How can we celebrate Janmashtami completely? So specifically on this issue.
By chanting the holy names of Krishna. What is Janmashtami? Inviting Krishna into our lives. We can invite Krishna into our lives by sincerely chanting his holy names, by sincerely hearing his pastimes and glories from sincere devotees. Right? So that we have sincerity in following the path of Bhakti Yoga as taught to us by our glorious Vaishnava Acharyas. We can invite Krishna into our lives every moment. Moment after moment, we can celebrate Janmashtami. Does that make sense?
Can you operate this for some time?
On this subject, there is one festival after Radhashmi that is also important for us. It is Bhadra Purnima. And we have been showering us in the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we also glorify for 2 minutes Srimad Bhagavatam in Bhadra Purnima.
Like you like laddu, and somebody is giving you laddu, please eat it. Right. I love Bhagavatam and he's saying, please don't take Bhagavatam for 2 minutes. Sanatana Goswami says, Madekabandho Vatsandhir Vadguru Vadmahadana Mannistaraka Vadbhagya Vadanandana Mostute. Madekabandho Srimad Bhagavatam is my only bandhu, only relative. But Sanjay, my companion is Srimad Bhagavatam. You should always be accompanied with the shlokas of Bhagavatam, with the characters of Bhagavatam, with the lessons of Bhagavatam, with the pastimes of Bhagavatam, with the philosophy of Bhagavatam. That's a real accompaniment, right? So when we have Bhagavatam with us, in a book form, we may have book Bhagavatam or Kindle Bhagavatam in our pocket or bag, but that has to go inside. So we have pocket with us here, it has to go inside. So we need to absorb the teachings of Bhagavatam, internalize them, absorb them, realize them, apply them. That is what it means when it says Vatsangeet. We need to be accompanied by Bhagavatam. It's not just a book, printed book. Yeah, we have to be accompanied by that also. And book has its great potential, but we need to internalize the teachings. Madekabandho Vatsangeet Madguru Manmahadana. Madguru, Bhagavatam is our teacher. The philosophy of Bhagavatam and all the wonderful divine Vaishnavas whose characters and stories are described in Bhagavatam. That is our real, they are our real teachers, right? Our Parikshit Maharaj, by his behavior, is teaching us many things. Chitraketu Maharaj, by his Vaishnava behavior, he is teaching us many things. And all the other great devotees like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, Vasudev, Devaki, Ambarish Maharaj, all of them are teaching us so many lessons. And all of those teachings are put in one book, Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam is our book. Madguru, Mahadana, our greatest wealth is Srimad Bhagavatam. Our real sampada is the understanding that they have gained by studying and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Mahatma. Man Nistaraka. Bhagavatam is our deliverer. Bhagavatam delivers us from the state of existence. Man Bhagya. Bhagavatam is our greatest function. Madanandana Mokshiti. Our Ananda lies in sincerely nourishing ourselves with the salvation of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, therefore, let us accept the teachings of Bhagavatam with all sincerity and try to apply them also.
So this has to go to another program. So one question from Mataji. Anybody? Yes.
I have a question regarding even on fastings, where Srila Prabhupada mentions in the Lama quotes, like Lord Krishna can kill any demon in his original form as it is. But whereas Lord Narasimha Deva and other forms, Lord has to change his form or shape or whatever it is. So now I got the doubt when you were saying Lord Balarama, like he has the same potency and strength to kill all the demons as Krishna does. So can you please clarify on this, Prabhuji, like all Vishnu forms have the same potency as Lord Krishna, or Lord Krishna has something different? Like I mean, he's most powerful.
He's Purana Purusha. Right? Even all the Vishnu forms in the Vaikuntha, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayana, Sankarshana, all these forms are also originating from Balaramji. So Balaramji is the Ekatma Rupa, the big expansions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, in this volume only. The 20th chapter, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks to Sanatana Goswami. He gives various categories of incarnations and different kinds of expansions in the spiritual world also. So Krishna as a cowhead boy in the spiritual world is the supreme form of the absolute truth. And his immediate replica, right after Krishna, who is there? That's Balarama. His immediate expansion is the Ekatma. That Ekatma means is as good as Krishna. Right? So Balaramji is the source of all others. You cannot exactly equate him to other others. Similar potency is there, but forms are different, and mood is different. Potency is, but as far as Narayana and others are concerned, the manifestation of the potency is lesser compared to Purana Purusha.
So Lord Narasimha Deva and other forms, they have this potency than Krishna.
Yeah, lesser degree of potency and passion are there. It's like, see, Krishna is Abhila Samrata. He is an ocean of all rasas, is the object of all rasas. Means Krishna can reciprocate with a devotee who approaches him in motherly affection, fatherly affection, friendly affection, or seeing him as a lover. Narasimha or any other forms. Not to minimize all of the divine forms. But the rasa that they manifest, or the lila that they manifest, is to some degree. Krishna manifests to the highest possible degree. You don't find Yashoda Mata running with stick behind Narasimha. You don't find Omar Lila for Narasimha. Bali Lila, Omar Lila for Narasimha. You don't find even Vatsalya in Vaikuntha also. Yashoda Mata is not there in Vaikuntha to chastise Krishna, discipline Krishna. Can't feel butter. Now, there is a limit to which Krishna in other forms exhibits rasas or becomes the object of rasas. But as Krishna, he becomes the object of all rasas. Right? We have discussed recently 64 qualities of Krishna. Right? He's the object of all rasas. He has 4 expert qualities that are not present in other forms. More we can discuss.
Thank you so much.
I have one question. So,
Here. One last question.
My question is like we hear like Krishna's expansion is Aniruddha, Sankarsana and Aniruddha, right? Also we hear Aniruddha is also a grandson of Krishna. So is it same Aniruddha or like only name is same?
The Lord has several expansions in the spiritual world. Okay. Whenever the Lord appears on this planet, He comes along with all these expansions. Right? All these expansions of Krishna and avatars of Krishna are within Krishna, are present with Krishna when He appears. And when He manifests His pastimes here on this planet, some of the expansions also manifest in their forms to perform some activities. So, Pradyumna is the son of Krishna, and an expansion of Krishna also. Aniruddha is the son of Krishna, a grandson of Krishna, an expansion of Krishna also, part of the Gachibowli. In Dwaraka, there is Vasudeva, Sankrishna, Pradyumna, and Krishna. But these are like expansions of the Lord, but the Lord is more than these expansions. Krishna is more than these expansions.
So they are same.
You can call them same. There's no harm in calling them same.
Are they same?
There is no harm in calling them same. Although the extent of pastimes that they manifest there and here, the extent of potency that they manifest there and here may be different. But there is nothing wrong in calling them same. Whereas Goswami gives us that license in the 6th chapter of Chaitanya Chaitanya.
Also, we heard some characters like Marichi in Ramayana also and in Bhagavatam also. So are they same? No.
Richi is a demon. Where Marichi is a fish. They are not same.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare.
Hare.
So I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone, but there's something that I wanted to tell Prabhuji is, I have not known Prabhuji much before, but just when COVID came and there was no association, practically we were all craving for association. And then in ISKCON we started online classes, the trend of online classes went up. And that's when suddenly most of us got introduced to Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji, who all feel the same way. And one of the things that we really cherish Prabhuji every time we speak is it's not a skill of saying a shloka. It's the emotion with which you say it. You know, it's the we were always submerged into Krishna's teachings, everything that we hear from Radheshyam Prabhu. The same way Radheshyam Prabhu recites so many verses, and every time we hear that, it's like Sanskrit. There are many Sanskrit scholars who can tell, when. Sorry.
I recite very few. He is involved in the special place in Shloka of ice.
Loka, we have a visitor here. No, really, see, I'm without no offenses. When I got married, there was a Brahmin chanting those. There was going on. I got married, but I didn't understand what he told, and it was more like, okay, get it done. Then finish it, there was, I'm sure many of your grasses here, you all, right? So there is something about reciting verses, and there's something about devotees who may not recite verses, who are so emotionally in love with Krishna. That is another side. But when I hear from Prabhuji, it's like the perfect middle ground where the love and the Shastra both come together and every verse becomes like a garland of Krishna. If you all feel like that, a louder Hare And we really wish that, we get that bhakti behind the way you do it too. And shloka we will definitely try to learn. But the happiness with which you recite is so infectious. Like you're telling it and then you're choosing each word and again going with it. And what more auspicious it could be that we are here on Jhulan Yatra Day, the appearance of Lalita Devi also today. And it is Ekadashi. And everything is going perfect, and this might be our first Janmashtami in the center, the new center. And now it is coming forward with, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu coming here. small, not that I wanted to announce, but Darshan Prabhu also is here, but he is taking some treatment. So he may not speak with any of us today. Not some or any of us today. We will not request him also. But he's staying here. And while we were making this center, we have this meditation in the mind that some devotees should like it, some devotees should be here. And I always had this in my consciousness while we were making this on a map, for footing. This entire thing, Prabhu, that you are seeing is made in 40 days. Everything. Kiran Prabhu is not here. Very grateful to him that he spent day in and day out, and every single devotee who has contributed any amount here, is everything there for the appreciation of devotees and to create a right ambience. So while we were doing that, we were meditating, and while this set was being kept, I actually thought about Gauranga Darshan Prabhu because we heard that. This is actually Kiran Prabhu's idea. Let's keep an altar for Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's keep an altar for Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because we try to sell Srimad Bhagavatam. And sometimes we don't know how to sell. Sometimes, like Vaisheshika Prabhu, one of our great teachers in ISKCON, he says, show it. If you don't know what to do, just show it. So we want to bring somebody here and tell him that if you don't have this in your house, your life is waste. Kind of how else say it. But anyway, so this is a beautiful, display of Srimad Bhagavatam. And by the way, since Prabhujis are here, we have Bhadra Purnima coming forward, right? And we have made a resolution to distribute 500 Srimad Bhagavatams this year. Right? And we are doing it in Yadadri temple, on top of the Yadadri temple. And we are doing it for all the temples around the Yadadri temple. Right? At least in 100-kilometer vicinity, all the temple pujaris or a representative of the temple will come and will take Srimad Bhagavatam on top of the Yadadri temple. So, and we are planning to do it. So 500 Bhagavatams are going. Of this there is no doubt. Whether you have a share in it, you decide in the next few minutes. Right? So how many want to go back to that Goloka Vrindavan that you heard from Prabhuji today? I don't see any enthusiasm here. Radha Krishna watching, they want to know who is interested here. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, how many want to go in 5 years? So some people want to live for another 5 years. How many want to go in 2023? Are you sure about it? You know what will happen before that? Okay. So if you want to go back in 2023, we are giving an opportunity how to do that. Guaranteed 100% opportunity. Number one, in the next, Bhadra Purnima is another 1 month away, right? 30 days almost. So in the next 1 month, you go outside and you find anything attractive to your eyes. And your senses say, oh, what a good car. Immediately sponsor on Bhagavatam. Right? So anytime you get attraction to anything, you are going to make a note of it. So many Bhagavatam sets you are sponsoring. Is that okay? Not okay? You told you want to go back in 2023. Okay, done. Now you have to calculate. Nobody will track it. You know how many times you get attracted. Okay, number one. Number two, we have opened a new Mahalingam Prabhu has just opened a website for this center, Bhakti Center, Gachibowli. I don't know what else is inside it. It's a surprise to me as well. So we have some courses we are starting on Saturday and Sunday here. So special mention about teenage kids classes. There are two Matajis, Shilpa Mataji and Deepa Mataji. Shilpa Mataji is somewhere here. Somewhere behind, yes. There is Shilpa Mataji, here is Deepa Mataji. So they are going to take classes every Sunday, starting today. Already some kids are registered from the age of 11 to 18. Girls only, right? Specific courses for their upbringing in good culture, devotion, right? For girl children. So they have a whole course designed, and they're going to take that every Sunday afternoon. So the parents can bring them here, and they can finish more rounds, and then the evening also will have continued class. The whole day Bhakti Center, that's the whole course. And at the same time, on the third floor, so the Mataji's girls class will happen here. On the third floor, we have a class for boys, teenage boys, which by special permission and Prabhuji's also contribution we have started. So we are continuing that. Even today, all the teenage boys are going to have class in the third floor, right? Afternoon, 2:30 to 4:30. At the same time, girls class in this floor. So please register your children. And please register. Take this opportunity. There is material education is good. I know I hear from many mothers, that we have tuition, we have this, we have that. But Viveka Buddhi doesn't come from material education. It only comes from spiritual education. So you need to have your children attend these courses. Please prioritize it. Otherwise, you can't gain. Okay? So this is something, and there are many other classes in Bhagavad Gita in English, Hindi, and Telugu, happening on Saturday and Sunday in 5 different batches. In this locality, we're going to send the pamphlets out after Janmashtami, September 23rd. We're going to start these classes. Okay. And there is 5 days of Jhulan Yatra. So we have starting today. Every evening from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Radha and Krishna will be waiting for you to come and swing them. So please come every day. Every day, little bit effort from your offices, anywhere you're working, just come here, do the Jhulan, and you can go back and remember this sweet memory, right, in your hearts. So one more announcement is, we have started Nityam Prasada Seva in the center. Nityam Prasada Seva, which means every single day, on behalf of your family, on behalf of you specifically, Prasad will be distributed 150 dronas to start with, 150 dronas, right? For 150 people outside the center from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. Now here is the Google Sheet, and there is the number to which you can contribute. It's a very small amount. We started with only 1,600 rupees, right? Which includes preparing, distributing the drona, the money goes around, whatever. So we have a devotee, very grateful to Sai Kumar Prabhu from the Voice, who has come forward and who is taking the responsibility of implementing it. Giving the contribution is the simplest thing. As you can already see, many devotees have already given their names and a special prayer also that you can want when the prasadam is offered. And we will read out a special prayer and we'll send you a picture of the prasadam being distributed on your behalf. And you actually, if you come here to distribute, that's even better. Right? You can come here on your birthday or anniversary or anything. And don't just mark your family's birthdays and your family's anniversaries. We are Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Right? Our goal is to make sure Nityam Prasad Seva continues. I can see a lot of other slots. Actually, devotees are filled till already August next year. So, start filling and start contributing, and we will continue this. Right? We'll continue this. So, are you all excited to do Nityam Prasad Seva? Very good. Sri Prabhupada said, if you distribute prasadam, you can attract a lot of new people. They'll come and take prasad, and there will be a book table also. We'll give a book to them, and there will be one devotee who will bring them to this temple hall, and we'll show them Sri Radha Madan Mohan, and then we will register them for a course. So everything happens in one swap. Degree to PhD, all done. Right? So let's do this Nityam Prasad Seva, and last but not the least, we are celebrating Janmashtami in 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Can somebody count how many total?
9 plus 6, 15 plus 17.
17 gated communities. We are doing separate Janmashtamis. So what we need from you here is whichever community is close to your place, please come forward and help the devotee do that service. Because within the community, people are new. They may not really come forward for so many services, including Prasadam Seva, including decorating the altar, including the vegan services of running around and getting things. So we need all your support. There are around 200 devotees here. Even if 20 of you go to 10 communities, it will be a very vibrant festival in these communities, and they are on different dates as well, right? On different dates. The goal is to give Krishna to others, like Srila Prabhupada gave Krishna to others, to all of us, right? So let's share what we have got. Now here are the communities. It's in Aparna, my home, so many places, right? And we are also doing in this center. This center is just one other community for us. So let's please come forward. And we'll celebrate here on 7th. There is a nice drama being planned
And dance.
Dance program and by the children, and also a drama being planned on 7th of September. All of you are going to be here 7th of September. The celebrations will go until the midnight. Okay? So, who all, again, once again, one last one. Who all want to go back to Krishna this year, lift your hand again? Okay, so you have to do three things. Service Janmashtami. What else? I won't forget. You tell me what else? Huh? Bhagavatam sets. How many sets? How many sets? No, how many you?
Every time you have a desire,
Actually, outside, immediately put some count. So many sets. I will not calculate. You want to decide. Okay. What is the third one? They won't. So you decide about you want to have material attractions or no. So what is the third one? Nitya Prashad. Right? So there should not be any blank there. We will go ahead and continue the service here. So without any more delay, I am very grateful to Subbarao Prabhu actually. Where is Subbarao Prabhu? Very well. Oh, Bhagwan Prabhu is here. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Subbarao Prabhu actually hijacked. If lack of words in English, sometimes you have to use those words. Probably from no schedule to schedule here. We did not even know that Gauranga Darshan Prabhu is going to be in Hyderabad, and Subbarao Prabhu somehow found out. And I don't know what all you did, but it was yeah. And Prabhuji not only gave class here in my home Avatar, where we do morning satsang. Prabhuji also gave a class there. Actually, many devotees are not here today because they are doing their own classes. This time of the day, we do different new batches everywhere. So some of us who finished came here. I'm sure the remaining will hear the recording. But next time we want to get your schedule, and maybe as we spread in many communities, we may have to take like 1 week schedule from you to go to every community. But we are so grateful, and thank you, Radheshan, for being here and you know. So, we all get to the Julan. Now we are going to have lunch prasadam for everyone. Right? There is lunch prasadam on the terrace. Please go up there. Whoever is fasting Ekadashi, you can continue. But if you want to take, we have Ekadashi prasadam for everyone there. So please go forward. And where is our finance minister? Srigopal. Yeah, Srigopal Prabhu is not here, but we are running this center. We are taking care of everything here. You can always contribute by contacting Srigopal. Thank you very much. Let's thank His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. 3 loud Haribols again. Yeah, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu's books are there. There are books on the right, on the left corner there. We couldn't find space. So this is the right opportunity. Auspicious day. Please go take the book. And I don't know if Prabhu has time to sign now because he also has to leave. So many will come. It will take time. Maybe. After Prashad, you take your books and keep with you, right? And probably after Prashad, before leaving, maybe 10 minutes, quickly communicate. Hare Krishna. Namaste, You can stay back or you can go and come back. The Julan Yatra will continue. From 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock, we have small katha and mostly kirtan. So you can come and nicely do Julan and have nice kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Stop.
Yeah.